Hey, today I'm talking about Christopher Nolan's new movie, Oppenheimer. This movie has gotten so much praise, and I am in the minority by saying that it's just okay. The basic premise is it's about the guy who was the director of the Manhattan Project. It's the team that made the nuclear bombs that were used to end cap World War II. This movie's way too long, and it goes way too fast. Christopher Nolan wanted to tell a ton of story and tried to get through it as fast as possible, but still made that be 3 hours. This movie should have been a mini-series. This should have been 6 hours at least. He needed way more time to establish characters. He just breezed by so many events. Also, I really disagree with the choice to have 2 different framing devices. There's the hearings with Robert Downey Jr.'s character, and then there's the other trial thing with Oppenheimer himself. Another thing is they kept introducing all of these characters, and then it'd be like, oh, they're these actors that I recognize, and no, cool, that means that they're probably gonna do something and say something. No, like Jack Quaid, he has like 2 lines when we first meet him, and then maybe a 3rd line later. That's about it. Or like they also tell us stuff about his character that I don't think we ever really see. Like they called him a womanizer, and I'm like, he's a womanizer? Like he's flirted with a couple women, but I wouldn't call it as a womanizer. And they tell us that he had like a secret affair with someone, and I'm like, okay, sure, I guess he's a womanizer. And like going back to the hearing stuff, after the bombs were dropped, and like we kind of got the initial shock of everything, and now we're just in the framing device story. I didn't care about that stuff, especially because one framing device story spoils what happens in the other framing device story. So why do I give a shit about the one if I already know what happens in the other? As much as I'm complaining, I still liked it. I put it in the liked category. It's fine, but like, this shouldn't have been a movie. This should have been a mini-series. Or at the very least, had he cut out the framing device stuff, I would have enjoyed this more. Cause like, the framing device is all about a pissing contest he got into with a guy after the events of the majority of the story. Like, yes, that's interesting, but it doesn't have anything to do with the main part of the f***ing story. So yeah, I did like it, but I wouldn't recommend this movie to people. It's way too long, and it needed to be longer, and not in a movie theater. So yeah, take that as you will. Barbie was better. And now for my ranking, I put this at number 36 in the liked category. And this is out of a total of 40 new movies so far this year.